we know about what's going on in the valley, the safer everybody's going to be. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And so, in my mind, covert activities usually have a nefarious purpose. If these guys up at the border, for example, are on the up and up, and they're really protecting us from drug traffic across the border, why aren't they making a real high-profile presence and communicating with the citizens of Eureka and letting everybody know that we're going to stamp out drug traffic here? But they're not doing that, are they? They're hiding in the woods. They're not offering any explanations. It's our right to know. We live here. We work here. We finance this economy in this valley. Okay? Any questions? Anybody else want to give their mind to this group here? Feel free. I don't need to dominate this meeting. Go ahead.
Why are a majority of our conversations on the phone recorded? Because I've noticed ever since I've been living here.
Okay, he asked why are our conversations on the phone being recorded a lot? And of course, I haven't been able to document that they are being recorded, but I'm an internet aficionado. I make my living on the internet. And I've noticed two things here lately. Number one, a lot of the time when I hang up the phone, it won't unhook. It's like somebody sitting somewhere has to push a button before I can do the next call. That happened to me this morning. The other thing I noticed is I've got a DSL in my office with a local area network, so I can look at a little light on top of my computer and I can tell if the internet is active and actually transferring information. You know all about that. Okay. A lot of time when I'm not doing anything and I know my computer is in a static state and I've not called for anything on the internet, that thing will start up and I can't get it to stop. A couple of times I had to shut the computer down, reach over and hit the button on the local area network and the modem and shut it off and then restart it. And even then, sometimes when I start it back up, it resumes right where it left off and it kept right on going, regardless of the fact that I left my computer, the monitor blacked out, and the drive shut down in a standby mode. So now what's going on? See? Are we being monitored through the internet? Well, I think we are. So, my advice is to keep everything lawful, and because of that, I'm a member of the local amateur club, and it's a real simple thing to get your no-code tech class license on the ham frequencies. Okay? It's a multiple choice test. They give you the book with 300 questions in it, and out of that 300 question pool, they select a group of questions. That's 55 questions. You have to get 47 of them right in order to get your tech class amateur, and there's no Morse code necessary. Now, they've also removed the Morse code provision on the general class license, and that was always a hang-up for me. I don't have the time. I'm so busy, like most of you, trying to scramble to raise a buck, that I don't have time to go sit in the corner and study the code or try to get on the line with somebody and study code. So they've removed that now. They knew that their memberships were suffering, and so now you can get a general class ham license without studying Morse code. There's automatic keyers and different kinds of technology now to do Morse code over the air. Now let me give you some other ideas here. Right here in Eureka, we have some very advanced technology. Not just the fact that Interbell had DSL here 2 years before Denver, Colorado had it. But one of the local amateurs here has what they call an internet node hooked up to a repeater. A repeater on Pinkham Mountain. And if you will go to irlp.org, Internet Radio Linking Project, and you will see how the amateur community, which has actually invented a lot of the technology that we have in the communications field, like single sideband, that was an amateur invention. Moon bounce, that was an amateur invention. There's a whole bunch of different technologies that they've married now. You can take this stupid little radio right here, 3 watts, talk to the Pinkham repeater, hit a few touch-tone tones with the keypad on the radio, hook it up to the node at Craig Eaton's house, and then in your manual that you can download from irlp.org, find the call sign of another repeater anywhere in the world that has a node, hook the repeater here through the internet to that repeater and call for any amateur that has a handheld in that area. And I don't care whether it's Florida or Venezuela or Europe somewhere, but it's internet. And there's the little goodie that'll do it once you know what you're doing. Okay? Now, there's another thing about this area that kind of stands out in my mind. And that is that nobody up here uses UHF but amateurs. I have a UHF license on a business band frequency at 463.4. I also monitor a channel that's 151.775 with tone number 29, which is 179.9 hertz. I live out on Terrell Creek Road, or I mean on Sophie Lake Road, and I've got a 70-foot tower. I've got VHF and UHF active 24/7 in my office. And I'm sitting there most of the day. From 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. I'm there. From 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. in the evening I'm there. And that thing runs 24/7. So if somebody's in jeopardy of life and limb, and they want to get on my frequency and wake me up in the middle of the night, I'm more than happy to help them. Now, I can do that, and we could all do some things like that. I've actually had 2 different groups of people right in this room come to me lately and get radioed up. Bought several radios, spent quite a bit of money, and are continuing to spend some money on a kind of a local patriot network. My suggestion when you do that is to go take the steps necessary to make it lawful by getting your no-code tech class license, amateur license. And you can contact me and I'll put you in touch with the right people to do that. So, any comments about communications or the purpose of what we're after here? Any kind of questions at all?
I'd like to.
Go right ahead.
I just want to tell everybody that we have northwestmontana.com and eurekamontananews.com and literally thousands of websites. And if anybody has any videos that they need to get found, all they need to do is email them to us or put them on YouTube and email them to us, and there's just no way to miss them. I mean, we really can't get you found. So my email is, well, it's on that sheet. It's savvybroker@yahoo.com, SAVVY broker@yahoo.com. And we are pretty much the #1 in Northwest Montana for internet searches. And we have Libby Montana News and Kalispell and Missoula. And if you need anything said, whether you're in your room talking about what you've seen or you just did a picture or anything, we can get it everywhere like now. So I just wanted to let you folks know that. So send your videos or whatever you got and we'll get you found.
I'd like to say something, people.
Go right ahead.
You know, there's a group of about 30 of us here, and sometimes that might feel like we're David against Goliath. But Don and I just went to the Campaign for Liberty in Minnesota, and protested the way Ron Paul is treated against the Republican Party. And what I can tell you is 10,000 people came from all over the United States at $4 a gallon because freedom is popular, and we're not alone. There's a lot of people who want this.
Yeah, it's interesting to note that there are several new publications available right now that outline a lot of these problems on a national level. One of the best ones that I